Hey, everybody.
Can't help but groove to it.
That was
Yeah, you can't. You got to do it.
Dude, that was the most earnest
I just feel it.
ExpressVPN read I've ever heard. I love it.
I heard you giggle.
It's so earnest.
Ben's out today. Don't know why. He's fine, but he just couldn't be here.
No, he's
you know what?
He's still dealing with the after effects of he doesn't have water still.
I was gonna say.
Oh,
so
yeah,
he's trying.
He hasn't had a
they're trying to
shower
fix
in,
his
like-
apartment and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but can confirm Ben is fine.
But
But
he's fine. Desperately needs shower, I believe, is situation. But he's
Yeah,
dealing with
7
him
days without
running
a
his
shower.
apartment complex to
I live in
normal,
New York. I live in a place that is ostensibly supposed to be colder than Texas by a significant margin, I would say, at this time of the year. And I have never seen that shit that I saw happening in Texas.
That's
because you guys
prepped and ready.
Yeah. But I mean, not even just the power go. Infrastructure in New York is designed for that, but just like, I mean, I guess it was a lot of snow, right? It was a heavy amount. It wasn't just
Not really.
yeah, well, we'll get into that real quick. So first off, if this is the first time watching, hey, I'm Chad. I play Boomstick in the show. The guy below me who's just talking is Liam. Say hi, Liam.
Hi, Liam.
There it is.
I'm glad I'm a writer for Death Battle. And
Thank you, Sam.
Yeah, I'm Sam. I'm the producer for this show, and I wrote a bunch of Death Battles.
That's true.
And that's Chris. Chris, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Chris Kokkinos. I'm the head of the audio department, and I sometimes look at Death Battle and then just say, wow, that's fucking cool. This is the only show I actually watch that we make.
You've done
Sick.
quite a bit of sound design for them.
Yeah, a lot.
Though.
In the past, yeah. I mean, I did a good bit from
Early on.
2019,
Mhm.
and I think 2018 even, and then I passed the torch over to Philip Spann, who is an incredible sound designer and mix engineer.
Yep.
And then he and Andrew took that on, and then recently we've got a contractor, TJ, who's been handling the last few. But I'm looking forward to getting back to it this year because I saw the lineup. We got some cool stuff coming up. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's our 10th anniversary season, even though we hit our 10th anniversary at the end of last one. But anyway, this is our real special one for a lot of reasons. Hitting a lot of popular matchups, but then also hitting a lot of matchups we've always wanted to do. So we got a lot of great stuff, and we tease them all the time about this. So someday soon, you'll get more information. But yeah, Sam, Ben's not here, so you know what? We're gonna try and keep it on the rails. I know normally
it's gonna happen. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. I guess we can go ahead and get right into it because I'm kind of looking forward to this, but also kind of not. Because in our new thing that we still haven't given a full name to, that was tentatively what I don't even forget what the tentative name is. The unscripted death battles, that what Ben called it.
Yeah.
We really need a better name.
That's the name. It's Unscripted Death Battle.
Okay.
You mind? Just so we can tease the audience a little bit, we do have a trailer for episode 1 of season 8, which we will show off at some point today. Probably once we're done with the Unscripted Death Battle. But yeah, we got.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Let's do that. So the unscripted death battle is that I have done a little bit of research on one character. Liam, I hope, has only done a little bit of research on the other character.
Only a little bit.
Un petit peu.
Because there's a reason we hired Liam, and he's really, really good at research. So he and I.
So much of my brain space has been given up to stupid nerd shit. I'm just kind of a walking encyclopedia now. I could have learned Proust. I could have memorized the works of William Shakespeare, but instead I know weird factoids about characters that no one knows about.
I'd say there's plenty of ways you could have bettered yourself, but we threw that, right into the trash.
I could be in the Olympics. I could have gone to space.
It's paid off, though. I mean,
yes,
I guess when you look at the other things, I guess they're going to space. I mean, yeah, fair enough.
I think there's few people on this planet that could actually as well as the Liam can.
Yeah, definitely think of it. It is very tough information and a skill set to distill into a resume. You can't just be packed full of nerd knowledge. I don't know. But it's there.
All right. Well, today I will be debating on the side of Akuma from Street Fighter, and Liam.
I'm going to be taking on Mr. Big Daddy Shao Kahn himself from Mortal Kombat.
As his official title is in the games.
Yes.
That's his full name. His full name.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Because I get to run the show since Ben's not here. Let's say, Liam, why don't you go first?
Oh, I'm going to go first. Okay. I kind of set up my argument as like a response to
good,
Akuma, but
I want to throw you off.
But no, it can work. It can work. Okay, I'll just do kind of like a more generalized. Okay, so Chow Kahn, who is he? He is the main boss. He's the big bad of Mortal Kombat. He is a conqueror that's been alive for tens of thousands of years. It's kind of hard to tell, but at least that much. He's conquered realms. He kills people. He has a big hammer. He can punch you really hard. He loves to say that you suck. And in fact, it is official. It is official that you suck. So there's a lot of emotional damage that he can do. But he's also extremely powerful. He is a similar being to Raiden, where they're he's not a god, but he is at that similar level of power, where he's a protector of Outworld. He's like a divine entity that is gifted with immense power. And his main shtick is that he likes to absorb souls. He absorbs people's souls for power, and he can create weapons. And he has a lot more versatility than Akuma. He can do everything that he can, but better. That's
wow.
Story.
I feel so
educated, but better.
I feel so educated after that 1 minute of knowledge dropping.
That was just the introductory paragraph.
Yeah, we're going to get into the nitty-gritty, which is where this is
the appetizer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I've got some things that will surprise you when it comes to Akuma, which we're gonna when we start talking about feats. Because I know Akuma fairly well. I'm a big Street Fighter fan. But even then, I was a little surprised at some of the stuff I came across. Because he's done a lot of stuff. We don't have the timer, so I'm kind of.
Let's get the timer.
There we go.
Yeah.
So Akuma is like the final. You say the final boss. The final boss. This is the final boss beyond the final boss, right? Like Akuma's always out here, just like messing stuff up, and he's constantly in pursuit of taking on bigger and crazier challenges. This is the dude that has completely given himself over to his martial arts, and has gained so much power. It is ludicrous. I mean, on the scale that I've seen like his Hadoukens have blown up buildings. He's shattered islands. He has so many powers that I'm gonna get into here that I'm very surprised. I was a little nervous at first, but after I looked into this, I was like, oh, there's no way. And he has one really big trump card. And you mentioned a thing on that I think is really gonna win it here, and that's you mentioned he really loves his souls, right? Well, Akuma has the ultimate trump card. He's gonna use that against Shao Kahn.
Damn.
Oh,
damn.
No.
Oh, because he can do the demon thingy where he does like the electric slide, but it's really aggressive.
The Shin
or the raging demon.
Yeah, he punches your soul, right? And then so you're saying since Shang Tsung Shao Kahn has mad souls, that the raging demon will do additional damage to him.
Absolutely. So it takes.
Okay.
Wow.
It basically converts every bad thing that your soul has ever been a part of and uses it against you. It's a little bit like the penance stare for Ghost Rider. Shao Kahn's done a lot of bad stuff just on his own.
He's a bad boy. He's not a nice guy.
Not
He's
a nice
mean.
guy.
He tells you that you suck. He beats you down and then he points at you like a fucking child. I think that's my favorite aspect of him is that he's so petty and like so uncool.
Here's the thing, though, and I think this is like, Liam, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think even with you relate it to the penance stare, there is a level of that also though where it like beats you up for the things you've done wrong, but the things you've done wrong are only things you've perceived that are wrong. There's not like a world moral compass and shit falls on either side. It's like I don't think
that's the
that Shao Kahn thinks anything he's ever done has been wrong.
Yeah, it's not called Mortal Kombat. I mean, he just does whatever he's gonna do.
So that's a loophole that's a loophole that they've used for the penance stare in time because it was too overpowered. But not for this. I mean, you've seen it work on like a really good characters.
Because those good characters believe themselves to have wronged before.
So I'll say this. I don't think that that rule applies. I think that if Akuma landed the Shungo Kusatsu, the Raging Demon, he would absolutely kill Shao Kahn.
Okay.
But
you just don't think he can.
I was prepared for this. Of course.
Oh.
I know Street Fighter. Okay, it's really cool. Akuma can take you to second base and then destroy your soul. Oh, sounds like some of my ex-girlfriends. Ah.
Jesus Christ.
Good lord.
But here's the thing. You know what's better? You know what's better
Yeah.
than needing to touch your opponent to destroy their soul?
What's that?
Just
Not needing to touch your opponent to destroy their soul. Recall the opening cutscene to Mortal Kombat 3. Shao Kahn's original invasion of Earth. Shao Kahn opens a portal above Earthrealm, above some random city, and then absorbs the souls of everyone on Earth from that portal, sucks them all in. 6 billion gone. And they say that it's everyone on Earth except for the protectors of Earthrealm, which are just the characters that you can play as in the game. It's a justification for why they're not dead. All their souls.
So what you're
gone.
saying is all the basic bitches on Earth got their souls taken, but the people who were trained in martial arts and skill were able to retain their souls.
It wasn't their training in martial arts. It was their status. It was their divine status gifted by Raiden, their protection by Raiden. A protection that Akuma, despite being a powerful martial artist, does not possess. So, I would say...
there any thought to Akuma, like, does he still have a typical soul?
So,
like,
that's interesting, because he's, like, basically completely surrendered himself up to the whole thing is like the balance of like, you know, the power of nothingness versus like the evil counterpart, which I'm blanking on the name for some reason. And he's like fully just been like, I commit everything to this. Like his entire being is this, which is what allows him to do some insane shit. Now, you know, it would be interesting if he tried to do the soul suck. But the question is, if he was trying to suck on Akuma's soul, could he do that if Akuma can turn intangible, which he can, as shown multiple times, not only just in the games where he uses it to go through people to get on the other side of the screen, but he's also used it in combat to specifically avoid blows. Like there's a time when Bison tries to like axe kick him square in the head and he just stares at it and turns completely intangible and it passes through him. So he's used it a few times that way.
So I don't think intangibility would matter. I think the soul would pop out because it doesn't. If it was Shao Kahn
in the first place, right? Like,
if it was Shao Kahn turning intangible, he could resist or he could avoid the Shungoku Satsu, but he can't turn intangible as far as I'm aware. But he could just yank out his soul. It also, if in case that was a deciding factor, it might come down to a what's the word I'm looking for? Who could draw first? Who's faster?
Mm-hmm.
Well, in the promotional opening trailer or opening cutscene to Mortal Kombat 9, he fights Raiden, who, as we know, is the god of lightning, can shoot lightning. Shao Kahn is on the ground, getting up. Raiden shoots a bolt of lightning at him. Shao Kahn turns around and reacts to it. He gets hit because he doesn't have enough time to block, but he does react to it. That's pretty fast. Lightning moves at, what is it, Mach, I think 286. See, useless encyclopedic knowledge.
Very fast, yeah.
Yeah.
If you
pretty fast.
Said, lightning go fast. Lightning go.
Lightning go very fast.
Lightning go fast.
So I think he could soul suck, and he technically wouldn't even need to leave Outworld. He could just open up a portal to Street Fighter Land and go, and then nom on that soul, nom on that yummy soul.
So you're saying that Shao Kahn is gonna suck Akuma off?
Yes, he is 100%.
Well,
that's how he's gonna die. Okay.
First of all, let me bring up a couple
suck
things.
his soul off.
Yeah, of course. We're not done yet.
Let's show a couple things just to get some general power level, because I feel like this soul argument's gonna be like the big thing. But like, we'll do a couple things. Hey,
I agree. We should do power levels.
So, showing some power feats. I came across. Let's do this, Brian. Will you pull up the comic panel that I sent you? And this is when Akuma is Shin Akuma. So his most powerful form is Oni, but so look at the size of this motherfucking meteor that is about to crash into Earth. It is like 2.5 times the size of the planet. And here we see Shin Akuma decide to, I guess, jump into space at the very least, like outer atmosphere, and then he just either punches or kicks it into oblivion.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be past the atmosphere, because I mean, I know it's comics, but if he kicked a meteor that size and destroyed it in the atmosphere, shit would still be fucked.
Oh yeah,
like,
sure.
I mean, like, obviously he's ignored anything Newton ever had to say, but
like, I mean, that seems pretty quick, jumping from the surface of the Earth to
that is pretty quick.
Space.
That is pretty quick. I don't know if it's Mach 200. It's actually probably somewhat comparable. If I'm doing the math in my head, because I've done like 10 of these. Kind
Sadly,
of
you can do that now.
Every character has I left the atmosphere. So that's impressive. That's definitely impressive. I actually happen to know it was calc to. It was calc to something like continent level, I think, somewhere around there, multi-continent. So that's very good. It's very impressive. Let's talk about Chow Kahn now. I think it's time to talk Kahn. All right. So obviously, like Kano, not a lot of super impressive physical feats. He's like an Australian mercenary. We get it. Yeah. Shao Kahn is on a different level. Shao Kahn and Raiden are beings significantly more powerful than the rest of the cast.
Yeah.
Consider the time at the end of Mortal Kombat 9, where Shao Kahn finally enters Earthrealm and goes, I'm gonna beat you guys up. And the Elder Gods come down as little wispy dragon things and empower Raiden to fight Shao Kahn. And Raiden blasts him with lightning, and Shao Kahn stands there with his enormous pectoral muscles that you could shred rock on, and laughs. He laughs. And that's a bunch of Elder Gods empowering Raiden. How powerful
I want to call this out in the chat real quick. CSL, you know, I'll tell you what, I'll save that. Let me just copy that.
Yeah, save it.
Okay, so he got blasted with lightning. Well,
yeah. But one Elder God. How powerful is one Elder God? Consider Mortal Kombat 11, Cetrion's fatality. One of her fatalities, called Good and Bad. I don't know. Good and Evil. I don't know. Where she grows to the size of the Earth and blasts you with a laser. She becomes planet-sized.
Giant woman.
And Shao Kahn took an attack from a bunch of her.
But it's very, very unlikely he would be using all of that power, because one, you would have seen the beam be that big, and two, he is the protector of Earthrealm, so he doesn't want to blow up the planet. So he's not going to be using the full strength in that attack.
But he needs to be able to defeat Shao Kahn. And he does at the end, but it is not by any means a stomp. In fact, I can tell you from playing that fucking boss fight for like 3 hours when I was 14 or whatever, that shit is super hard. But okay, all right. It's unclear how much power Raiden is putting into that attack. If only there was some comic panel that talked about how much power Raiden could put into an attack. Mm-hmm. I found a little comic panel where Raiden and Fujin are fighting Shinnok. And they're blasting Shinnok, and it's doing nothing. And the comic panel, and I am not joking when I say this, describes their power as such. The power emanating from the gods combined borders on infinity. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Generalized, kind of really powerful, doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah.
Borders on infinity doesn't mean anything.
Nice. Yep.
Power capable of moving worlds, undoing galaxies. Not even the very explosion that led to the creation of the universe could match it.
So it's more than the Big Bang.
So it's more than the Big Bang.
But that was with the other gods, so you can't say...
It was just divide by 2.
No,
Divide by 2.
That's a
Oh.
big stretch because, especially like, what was Raiden's power at that time? Is this before he gave up being a full-on god and went? Because we know he's not that powerful, and the other gods have had to give him power in the past, as you've said. So I don't think, like, maybe what if it was like a 9-10 scenario? So sure, but still, that's still pretty crazy. Like if it was a tenth of the Big Bang, right?
Right.
So I want to just show this real quick, and then we'll get on to the better argument after it. But when Akuma's in his Oni form, the dude just doesn't seem to give a shit about damage. Brian, will you play that video that I sent you? So this is him in his Oni form. I don't know why he wants to do this, but he's in a volcano and was just like, what if I karate chopped it?
Look,
so that it fucking erupted.
If you were in a volcano,
look at this.
You would karate chop it as well.
And then he's just like, "What's up?"
He's having a good time.
Yeah, that felt good. Like he's just like,
oh my god,
that's his morning coffee.
Yeah.
Getting a deep cleanse
that's how you
from
wake
lava.
Up. But
in his adrenaline rush.
Because in this argument we can go wherever we need to go. You got to remember that Akuma was in Asura's wrath.
Yes, that's true.
And there are some insane, absolutely ridiculous feats in there. He kicked Ryu back to his own dimension. He's tanked everything that Asura has thrown at him. Akuma punches Asura so hard that the moon explodes. It splits in half, and then they fight through it. They end up actually falling back to Earth. Then Akuma and Asura exchange blows for so long that at some point over the course of 500 years, they turn to stone.
Yes.
And after 500 years, they start moving as stone to keep fighting.
What?
Okay.
That's true. And guess what? Guess what Shao Kahn was in? Mortal Kombat. I hate to bring this one up. Mortal Kombat versus the DC Universe.
Oh, God.
Where he was set up as the Mortal Kombat equivalent of our boy Darkseid. And they merge into one singular, all-powerful being called Dark Kahn. I think it stands to reason that if that merging was at all relevant, Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe would need to be of a comparable power level to Darkseid. And we all know what Darkseid can do, which is a lot of things, like blowing up the multiverse. Just by
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for informing me. I didn't know what he could do.
It's this mysterious mixture they're giving me. That's the thing. It's like,
well,
it's like
if we're going...
No, you go to the store and it's like, oh, this is made with 100% real cheese, and you think it's all real cheese, but no. All you have to do is put a tiny little bit of real cheese in there, and then you could say it's made with 100% real cheese. So this is like, I don't know how much. I don't know how much of Shao Kahn is going into these power feats. All right.
I think, and obviously, I don't know if we said this, but the people in the chat, y'all can vote on this. You probably see the voting thing in there.
Yeah. So if you guys are on a browser, you can just click the little easy to drop down box. If you guys are on mobile, use hashtag with the number 1 to vote for Akuma, and use hashtag number 2 if you're wrong. I mean, vote for Shao Kahn.
But I do think it's time we get to voting.
You think so?
Were there any more?
So.
My only last argument was that all of Akuma's key attacks don't mean anything because Shao Kahn can reflect. He has a little projectile reflecty shield, and he has telekinesis and brainwashing in one of the comics. It was mentioned in Shao Kahn versus Mbody.
Oh, the other thing I would like to bring up is that CSL message dropped in the chat. Nikali absorbed Akuma's soul, and Akuma used the Mudo Tensho to punch his way out and then killed Nikali in the process.
But see, his soul can be absorbed, which makes me think that
apparently
Chow
he punched
Kahn
his way out of it.
Suck Akuma's soul off.
However,
that's how
Shao Kahn can bend souls to his will, as he did with Ermac, which was a bunch of souls that he corrupted and turned to his will. It was actually good souls. They were all Edenians, and he made Ermac. Ermac is my favorite Mortal Kombat.
I'm going to go with Shao Kahn because of all the soul bits. I think he can...
But that's his greatest weakness! All Akuma has to do is land a Raging Demon.
Yeah,
he can turn intangible, and you know Shao Kahn's not going to immediately start a fight. He's a cocky dick. He's not going to immediately start the fight by like, I'm going to suck your soul. He's going to be like, let me see what you got.
In fact, he
deep.
precluded his invasion of Earthrealm before fighting anybody by absorbing all of their souls.
It's
so
tough.
throwing a single punch.
I don't think a raging demon is fast enough to catch Shao Kahn. Like, I think Shao Kahn will dodge it 10 out of 10 times. And I don't think he's got much past that. Like, yeah, I'll agree. If he can land the raging demon, he wins. But I don't think he can. So, I think
there are upgraded versions of the raging demon that he's shown. Like, he can do it in the air. There's another one where he grabs a person by the face and basically slams them into the ground, creating the raging demon effect. So, he's pretty versatile.
Shao Kahn can summon a dark priest that makes his weapon stronger.
You're just making this more difficult for me.
You know my vote. I'm not changing mine.
This is bad because I want to say, a good offense, starts with a really strong defense and the intangibility, right? Being able to basically be, unhittable or unpunchable.
Yeah.
I feel like that plays a big part, I think, in Akuma's like skills here. But every time I hear Liam talk about Shao Kahn, I'm like, but also like, didn't he? You said he opened portals. He's got basically like, he just sounds like he's too powerful. He sounds like he's too strong.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the second Akuma goes intangible, Shao Kahn's just gonna be like, oh well, I can still affect your soul because the soul's never been tangible, and just
the
soul love, just little.
Yeah, Chad, I love you. I'm sorry, but I think I'm gonna have to go with Shao Kahn on this one.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's fine. You can be wrong. The community hopefully is on my side at least. All right, so Sam's got to vote for Shao Kahn. Liam's pleased with himself. Chris has voted for Shao Kahn. Let's go ahead and see what we're at in the poll. And so it's been closed.
Whoa!
Yes, and it was great.
Wow.
That's all I cared. That's the only victory I wanted because especially when I introed this, they saw I was debating you, Liam, and then I saw a few comments. It was just like, oh, Chad's screwed. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for making the correct choice.
He wins the moral victory.
That's right. Even though you got more votes.
Yeah, I mean, it's wild. Like, so coming from my perspective, like I love fighting games from a perspective of watching people play them. I am shit ass awful at them. I play Smash Bros, and that's like the extent of my fighting game knowledge. But I know, Chad goes in on it, and especially in Street Fighter. And so like, it's interesting and really cool to hear how you guys are kind of coming at this from this, like, not only perspective of like research and knowledge, but also playing and kind of getting a feel for those things. Like, I think Akuma is probably one of the coolest characters I've seen.
Yeah.
Like in the Street Fighter universe.
Yeah. He's really fun to play in Third Strike too.
And I think,
Yes.
Equally, I think Shao Kahn is also one of the cooler characters, though I think Mortal Kombat, the movie, did him a great disservice.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that
Dude, new movie looks sick.
Yeah, it looks fucking dope. But like,
really
I also saw the first two movies when I was younger, and so those movies ingrained all of those characters into my mind and how they are.
Yeah.
So, but it was neat to hear this. It was awesome.
I tweeted about the new movie. Sorry, first of all, thank you. That was very cool to hear your perspective on all that. But so I tweeted about the movie as part of a thing, like, Warner Brothers is making it. And so they reached out and they were like, hey, would you like to do like a paid thing where you promote the thing? And I was like, God, yes. Like, so I got to watch the trailer earlier. I was like super hyped. And like, dude, it looks so cool. I'm genuinely excited about it. Speaking of which, if you go find my tweet and like interact with that, the more that happens, the more likely they're gonna come back to me and be like, that worked. But I do genuinely very excited about checking out the movie. The costumes look fucking like spot on. And the reason I brought this up is because you were talking about the original movies.
Mm-hmm.
One of the responses to my tweet was, I love that they've just embraced the like Kano being Australian thing.
Yeah.
Because of the first movie. They finally were just like, yes, that's Kano. That's who he is.
Let's let him be it.
Yeah.
Did they recast for Liu Kang and Raiden? Because I feel like Christopher Lambert will always be
Raiden. Yeah.
Raiden in my mind, in the live action realm at least. Like, I don't know who they ended up casting for all of that.
I don't know. I think they recast. I mean,
I mean,
So
it would
the-
make
IMDb.
sense.
Oh, by the way, if
Yeah.
you want to have your mind blown, even though the movie sucks ass, the actor who played Liu Kang in the original Mortal Kombat movies
Mhm.
played Gen in Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li.
Oh
So-
wow.
Now, that's a bad movie.
Oh,
Cool.
Street Fighter Legend of Chun-Li sucks ass.
Garbage
I was gonna say
movie.
the first
Horrible. God
Mortal
awful,
Kombat
horrible
movie is
movie.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
and then we had the Street Fighter, like the Street Fighter movie, which was
Listen, the original Mortal
Raul
Kombat.
Julia's
We're not going to talk about
last
Armageddon.
film.
for me. It
Yes.
was a Tuesday.
But from, yes.
Famed
Listen,
Now,
Shakespearean
that's a good line,
actor
though.
plays M. Bison. It's actually really sweet. He did that as a role, as a gift, as a Christmas gift to his two sons.
Aw.
Really?
Before he
awesome.
passed away. Yeah, he knew it would be like the last
Even
thing he could give.
even
to
though it's so
Wow.
campy, it's like
It's
he does such a
perfect.
good job, and like I don't know, there's something about that movie and the original Mortal Kombat movie. It's like yeah, they're bad, but like I don't know, somehow for us it was just like video games. If you're younger, this is gonna make me feel old, but like video games aren't as
30
widely
years
like
ago.
accepted and whatever as they
Mhm.
were then. Like a lot of people saw video games as like a waste of time, and like
Yeah.
Mm.
for us it was like our thing got a movie. Like it doesn't matter if it sucks, right?
Yep.
You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's so cool.
we were
to see
also
that
we were
happen.
also younger though, so we had a much like lower.
more malleable brain.
Yeah, we were just like, oh fuck yeah, look at it, it's Raiden. Look at his eyes, did the flashy thing. That's super
You
cool.
shoot lightning, go boom.
Lightning go boom.
Jean-Claude Van Damme was
Oh,
cast as the
God.
all-American hero.
Oh my
We
god.
Like-
Oh my god.
I'm going to kick
yeah.
Bison's ass so hard that the next Bison wannabe's going to feel it. This is my favorite
Yeah.
line in the entire movie.
Yeah, great movie. But anyways, we
no.
should probably move on and
Get that teaser? You want to show
yeah,
that preview?
we can maybe
Yeah,
show a little
yeah,
teaser
yeah.
and then maybe talk about a little project that Chris, Chad, and I have been working on for a while. But let's show a teaser first because I know everybody wants to see it.
Ready?
All right.
Which of these two warriors will win? Goku, Luke Skywalker, Iron Man, Lex Luthor, Boba, the Joker, Sweet Deadpool, I banned Yoda from that. Whoa.
Difficult to find, you are. A king, you must be.
And to challenge me, you must be a master.
You know what's awesome? Kitty cats. They're really cute and they're fluffy and they're nice and they have little toe beans and also death claws and sometimes they're scary, but we love cats. Cats are dope. Except for their litter boxes. Those suck. Nobody likes the litter boxes, and that's why Kitty Poo Club is here to save your day. These guys have an awesome product. See, what Kitty Poo Club does is they send you an all-in-one litter box solution designed to be convenient for you. Every month, Kitty Poo Club delivers an affordable, high-quality, recyclable litter box to you, and it's pre-filled with a litter of your choice that your little cat likes so much. And the boxes are leak-proof, they're eco-friendly, so you're not ruining the world. And have fun designs for every season, so you get a change of eye, and you know your room doesn't look bad with just a gray box in the corner. They're all nice and pretty, right? Plus, yeah, you can just like every time you're done, every month you just swap it out, and then they send you a new one, and you bring it in, and then you're happy, your cat's happy, you got less work, stuff's less smelly. We love it. We love to see it. It's great. Kitty Poo Club is an awesome product that just makes your cat life easier. And to top it off right now, Kitty Poo Club is offering you 20% off your first order when you set up auto ship by going to kittypooclub.com and entering the promo code CAST, that's C-A-S-T. So just go to kittypooclub.com and enter the promo code CAST to get 20% off when you set up auto ship. That's kittypooclub.com. And don't forget the promo code CAST to get that 20% off. Because your kitty deserves it, because he's a lovely little beamed man. Or girl. Or non-binary cat friend. Whatever. Just make sure your cat's happy.
I am so excited for that
Here we
death battle.
go.
Yeah. This one's been a long time
I'm
in the making.
so hype.
Banned from Death Battle.
So hype.
And that's just how we're kicking the season off.
It's so good. It's every time we do our morning
the
stand-ups.
chat is. I'm sorry, Chris. Go.
No, you're good. Yeah, chat's popping off.
Their chat's just about to catch up, and I'm waiting for the reveal. Yeah, here it is.
There it is. There it is. There it is. Yeah,
I can't believe you found the. You found the clip of Ben saying Yoda is banned from.
Super good, yeah.
No, every morning when I hear like Nick talking about like what he's working on, he keeps saying, Yoda v King Mickey. I'm like, oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. It's gonna be so good. Like, Kingdom Hearts was what it was, and it's a very interesting, very hard to follow fucking story.
So unique. Let me just say, I'm so glad it exists because it is one of the weirdest things ever. It's like conceptually.
Weird. Yeah, weird is a very good way to put it.
I'm so glad.
It's not Kojima weird either. It's just kind of like its own kind of weird.
It's like, okay. Yeah. Goofy's talking like a Final Fantasy character. Great. Okay, awesome.
There's part of it though that is like the most brilliant shit, because if you ever just like took the like, especially like thinking back as a like 11-year-old kid in like 99, right? Like,
yeah.
And you're like, all right, so these JRPGs.
Yeah.
What if we just did that with Disney? It's like,
oh,
what? Like, we can do that? That's legal? Like,
yeah.
And like they did it. And I'm not saying it's the best thing ever, but it's fucking awesome that
Donald
it happened.
Duck fights Sephiroth.
Well, that's I mean,
Jesus Christ.
I mean, but that's like this is the same thing when I first saw the commercial for Smash Brothers on 64. Like,
oh yeah.
Right. I couldn't believe it's like they're skipping like down this flowery happy field, and then all of my favorite Nintendo characters start beating the fuck out of each other, and I'm like, what is happening? And then they show the gameplay, and I'm just like, yes, like
that must have been the coolest thing ever. Like, no lie, that had to have been the coolest. My first was Melee because I was 6 years old when I got a GameCube. But when I was a kid, I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. I can only imagine seeing the fucking commercial for it.
For the original. It was something else. I gotta say, like, I loved Smash for 64. I mean, it was chunky, it was big, but it was like, again, going back to what I was saying earlier, like, I don't play fighting games. I'm awful at fighting games. Like, you think like, when I say awful, I'm not like just trying to like be like, oh yeah, I'm bad, and I'm fucking awful at video games. Like, I have so much ADHD. I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna button mash. But for some reason, Smash always worked for me because it was just a lot more simplicity to the game itself, and so it was so hype. And fucking all stars of all these Nintendo games across. It was. I mean, that's where I learned
from
about
the family-friendly company that were so like it was just like
so good. And that was where that's where I learned about freaking Samus. Like, I didn't play any of the Metroid games early on. I was an uncultured little shit.
Yeah, same here.
Another big moment, dude. When you beat the game and it's revealed that Samus is female, it was like that was real big back then.
I think I had a pretty good like when the first one came out. I think I knew the entire roster. Like, I'd played the game, except for I know I wouldn't have played a Fire Emblem. I can't remember if the first one has a Fire Emblem character in it.
No, it was not. I think they were planning on it, but they moved it to Melee.
Yeah, I think every character I would like played the game with. I had a good SNES catalog. So
they tried to get James Bond in Melee, which would have been like from GoldenEye, which would have been the sickest shit ever. Oh my god! Imagine.
I am I am so glad that didn't happen. Because then we wouldn't have gotten like we wouldn't be able to find original. Like, it would have been such a nightmare. Like, if you've ever looked into the licensing nightmare that stemmed from GoldenEye 64, it's fucking wild with like who had the rights to what at what times, and so that's why every time they tried to do another GoldenEye game, it got like delayed forever and then changed into whatever. It is nightmare. So I'm glad that didn't happen, but that would have been weird.
As cool as it would have been to see James Bond wave dashing.
See James Bond like pistol slapping Pikachu.
The golden gun.
Secret Agent Kirby after the absorb would be great though.
That would be good.
So I will say in the chat when this was revealed and everybody's like freaking out and they're like, why not Mickey versus Bugs? Well, this is specifically King Mickey from the Kingdom Hearts franchise. So I just want to get that clear. It's like, if we were just doing Mickey Mouse, he would be fighting Bugs Bunny. So like, that's still on the table. But yeah, this is specifically King
We're just
Mickey
doing
versus
Final
Yoda.
Fantasy Mickey Mouse.
I feel like if we did a Mickey v Bugs Bunny, it would be very much like a Mask Deadpool situation.
Oh yeah.
That's exactly where my brain goes with
I
that.
don't think either of them can die.
Yeah.
They can. Dip.
A dip, dip is probably the only way. But are they gonna have like? Do we just have them fight in the dip factory, and then it's like, well, whoever is craftier, like,
what if they both like escaped the cartoon? Because we know Bugs can do that, and I know Mickey can do that. What if they just both left and started fucking shit up in our world?
Yeah,
you're right. That actually is another thing. If they could come into our reality and get a hold of an eraser, that could kill them too.
Yeah.
Oh. Cool.
That's
got kind of dark a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. That fight's gonna be insane.
Brutal.
Like, and there's so much media, and they don't give a shit. Like, especially about the old stuff.
I'm completely terrified of research for that. The potential of mountains upon mountains of cartoons. Even though I grew up on Looney Tunes.
It's not even just like, here's this one outstanding like feat that I can easily reference and then find. It's like, no, especially like, they don't give a shit. It's like anytime at any point some slapstick bit could happen, and then they're crushed by something, ripped apart by something, explode or whatever, and then like blow into their thumb and are fine. Like,
yeah. Yep. Bugs Bunny was going to be hit by a train in that episode where he's boxing, and then he just ended the cartoon.
Yeah,
he went. We don't need to see the rest of that.
Yeah, like, it's on a wild fourth wall level where you just like, it's kind of hard to mess with for sure.
Yeah,
that's good. Yeah, that one's gonna suck so bad. Okay. I guess we should probably move on to the. Well, you know what? We'll just say that the trailer was what was going on, so that's gone. And let's move right on into the community death battle.
Let's slam through this so we can talk a little bit about Grim Campaign before our time's up.
I mean, we could do Grim Campaign right now if you want.
Yeah.
We should slam through this.
Okay.
It's short. Let me tell you.
Let's fucking
this community.
I don't want to spoil it, but this one,
it's pretty quick and easy.
Kind of a landslide.
This is Star Fox in an R-Wing versus Poe Dameron in an X-Wing.
Fuck.
The R-Wing X-Wing thing was posed before. The chat got very mad last week when this got put out there.
Huffy, I would say.
A little huffy. That's fine. Listen, we do a lot of matchups, guys. We've been doing the show for 10 years. We talk about a bunch of shit on this show. Sometimes it's just like, that sounds fun. And, you know, we've got a pretty good track record of not being like, oh, we've already done that.
Pilots specifically, you know?
Yeah.
The person's piloting. If it was Luke Skywalker. Yeah,
because last time we talked about if Luke was piloting the X-Wing, and that makes a huge difference. Because, you know, the Force.
So why don't we just pull up the first answer for Fox?
Okay, great. First one comes from Zengo Oshiba. It says, I say Fox because though Poe is skilled and the T-70 X-Wing is faster and stronger than the old T-65 X-Wing, still useful. It comes down to skill no matter what R-Wing Fox had to use, N64, Assault, Command, or Zero. In the end, it all comes down to skill. So if he's going with that, Fox has a lot more skill piloting an R-Wing, and that's very true.
Do we know a lot about, like, I don't know outside of the more recent movies what, like, how much we know about Poe Dameron as a character, like, and his piloting abilities.
I mean,
he's rogue leader.
Yeah, you could say he's, like, I think it's fair to say he's the most talented non-force using pilot in that universe.
Yeah.
Which,
at least in the Disney canon one.
Yeah, that's alive.
Like Wedge or Luke would be better.
Yeah, that's alive. But here's typically where we would bring up the answer for Poe, except for literally no one argued in his favor.
Okay,
there were just no.
Oh, wow.
I have an argument for Poe.
Okay, let's hear it.
Yeah. Star Fox is a fox.
Oh god.
Foxes can't pilot planes or jets. They are animals without sentience. Poe would destroy it. It's horribly unfair.
Putting a very realistic just fox like inside an R-Wing and it just like freaking the fuck out inside and just like hitting a bunch.
Just like scratching at the windows trying to get out. Like,
is incinerated by an X-wing blast. I think that it's a silly discussion and, frankly, deeply disturbing that anyone would vote for a Fox in this instance.
I think the only
Owens.
real argument is that the T-70s have, like, there's a couple versions. I don't know if specifically, like, Poe flies with it, but they have different, like, loadouts, like, depending on what kind of, like, if they're going on ground missions or if they're going to fight other spaceships and stuff. And one of them does have, like, very sophisticated homing missiles, and I think that would be the only way he could win. Is like
their proton bombs can destroy what's the name of the Star Destroyer shields, which are extremely powerful,
way stronger
extremely
than
strong.
our wings would be.
Yeah,
Our wings
so-
just like fall apart by.
Our
Touching
wings
stuff.
maneuverability is crazy though, and they
It's true.
also have tracking weapons. So
That's the thing. The R wings maneuverability is kind of crazy, but like I remember looking into this a while ago because you know me did, but like it can turn around a lot faster than an X-wing. But if it's like a drag race kind of situation, the X-wing can get out of dodge and away from it so much faster.
oh, for sure.
So
X-wings are also
there's something to
super-
be said about that.
they're super fast. I remember, so in episode 4, they travel from Yavin 4 to the Death Star in what's about, like, I believe it's like 90 seconds, or it's like a very short amount of time.
Yeah.
And that wasn't like warp speed or anything like that. That was just like, we're flying there.
Yeah,
There wasn't like a cinematic liberty taken there. That was
No,
like
no. It
actually
was-
timed.
The mission was like, that has to be done in this amount of time.
Oh, okay.
And they flew, so that I remember what it was, but like it'd be something like massively relativistic maybe. So very, very fast, approaching
Wow.
light speed, which makes sense
Well,
because TIE fighter or TIE fighters, TRIFighters, notes for Obi-Wan Kakashi, can fly at relativistic speeds. They actually say that near light speed.
So that'd be my only. That's a good argument, but I'm still going Fox just because I feel like.
Well,
I
if
don't
we've
know.
learned anything from the new trilogy, when it comes to speed, it's that everyone in that universe is fucking dumb and doesn't understand how that works. Hence the movie we got that was one just gigantic, pointless space chase that anyone could have just jumped into light speed ahead of them and then it would have been over. Anyway.
But the movie sounded really good.
Star Wars has always had great sound design.
Sure
Really
did,
sounded
except
Sounds
for
so
the,
fucking
you know,
cool.
when the characters are talking about the plot and their reasons for doing things.
Right, well, the quality of the sound was very good.
Which
Right.
which movie are we talking about?
It's like
I mean-
Last Jedi, right?
Yeah, I need this
Right.
the stuff from Skywalker Ranch, basically, that comes out of there is going to be a great sounding movie. So, but that's a completely different, unrelated conversation.
Hey, Chris, didn't you meet some of those guys?
Yeah, I met a couple of them at Full Sail when we went down for Hall of Fame. I don't know if it was when I went. No, I didn't go down with you. I went down with Jordan and Miles.
Right, yeah.
But I met Gary Rizzo and David Farmer, the guys who basically worked on Lord of the Rings, some of the Star Wars movies.
I remember you were geeking out pretty hard.
Oh man, I was like, like you guys, people would like walk up to them and be like, oh my god, I don't know who this fucking person is. Like what? And me, I'm over here like,
Nerdrenaline.
yeah.
Yes.
I was like, I had like questions written up I wanted to
Oh,
ask him.
sound gods! Please hear my plea.
Answer.
Like-
It was pretty funny.
All right, cool. So that was a resounding Fox McCloud, other than Leon's stupid
Yep.
argument.
Jesus Christ.
So-
Yeah, but let's go see the poll here.
oh yeah, we didn't even pull it up. But yeah, anyway, there it is.
Oh,
look at that.
that's
Surprise.
right.
Wow. Shocked.
Who could have guessed?
Yeah, it's
I'm
rough.
like, yeah, who
Alright.
could have guessed?
That's funny. I haven't had seen that
0-2.
suggestion. So I saw it, AKA, sorry, it's going fast. Suggested Scarlet Witch versus Zatanna. Maybe another time. We're actually going to be talking about Scarlet Witch here pretty soon because
Yeah.
Destin, formerly from Screw Attack a million years ago, currently at IGN, one of our very old friends, tweeted out who would win in a fight between Scarlet Witch and
Dark Phoenix?
Dark Phoenix. And so I just tweeted him and was like, why don't you come on the show and we'll talk about it. So he's going to be coming up here pretty soon within the next few weeks. And then we're going to debate that. So we're going to save the Scarlet Witch debate.
I got one on the
Oh, yeah?
Mickey Yoda train. I was looking at the Discord.
Yeah.
Somebody said they were a little sad that the Star Wars versus Kingdom Hearts fight wasn't Palpatine versus Xehanort, which I do think is actually pretty fun.
Oh yeah. Palpatine versus Xehanort is sick.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Great.
You just want
'Cause
to say
they
Palpatine
can-
versus Xehanort?
Sure.
I do.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's do that. Why not? It'll get more hype for the Kingdom Hearts Star Wars crossover.
Yeah.
As always, you guys can tweet at us your answers using hashtag DeathBattleCast. We love it when you guys get really into it, and if you give us some feats and some numbers, maybe a pun, it really helps a lot. And you guys might be featured next week. So just look us up at Death Battle on Twitter, and then use the hashtag DeathBattleCast.
Yeah.
Submit your answers.
Yeah, we have a few minutes, and so I want to talk self-shaming promotion about the wonderful show that Chad, Chris, and I are making, the Grim Campaign Season 2. Because if you don't know, we'll make a Ruby-based D&D show together that we've been making for a while. Now we have Season 2 coming out, or actually, first episode just came out week before last, and now episode 2 comes out Friday.
Is Season 1 all still free?
Yes. Season 1 used to be first only, but now you can watch it. Just any old Joe or Schmo can go watch it on roosterteeth.com.
Even, I cannot stress this enough, how much fun we have making this show. Even if you're not into D&D, even if you're not into Ruby, there is so much that goes into the show. We have a blast just getting to show up and play. I play a character and Chris plays a character. Sam is the one who initially pitched the show, and he and Cody and Ben and everyone that works on the show has put so much into it. It's so crazy. We partnered with a game program called Tailspire that allows us to build the D&D set so they're visualized. The show's heavily edited to be constantly entertaining, and a lot of stuff is I was blown away when I watched the first episode because it was it was an hour, it was 45 minutes long, and I wasn't bored for a second. And there's so many sound design elements that go into it, and we've got some character animations at times, and it's just for how quickly this was all put together, and it's honestly one of my favorite shows I've ever worked on. So give it a shot. It's called Ruby the Grim Campaign. You can watch Season 1 right now completely free, and if you enjoy it, consider signing up for a first member trial so you can follow us along over the next few weeks as we're doing Grim Campaign Season 2.
Yeah, it's been, like Chad said, it's been a lot of fun. I think the most interesting thing for me is the fact that we do cut it down, right? The fact that it's only 45-minute episodes, and it's always punching. It's well edited. I mean, our editor, Sarah, has done such an incredible job with it. And I feel like that's the thing that's the most engaging to me when I watch it. I have a ton of fun playing, and I have a ton of fun watching us play because there's either some stupid joke that Carrie drops, or Eddie throws some weird curveball at us,
or I piss Chris off,
or Chad steals my phone, and then I get really angry about it. But yeah, it's it's good fun. And I'm super grateful to be a part of it, and super grateful that we have such a great team working on it.
It's huge testament. It's a show that I then go watch, because a lot of times it's I was there, I did the show, right? So I know it. But this, I'm just the experience is so good, to see what comes from this. And I always go and I watch the show, just every time I'm just wow, they made this so cool.
my biggest hope is that people enjoy the show enough that we get to keep making it so long that when we finally return back to the studio, we get to do it in person. Because I think that would be so much fun. That's my hope that people really do enjoy it, because I love doing it. I mean, Monday afternoons, play D&D for a few hours. Fucking sign me up.
It's about 45 minutes of troubleshooting and then 2.5 hours of recording.
That's just D&D.
Yeah, it's a big show to do, but it has been super fun. I'm glad we got to do it. It's been tricky. The whole thing was pretty much hey, make a D&D show, and I was cool, but it has to be video. And I was I just hate D&D shows that are video but don't utilize the visual aspect. And so I tried to cram as much visual aids in it, and we had the character animation loops to make it feel like a graphic novel, and we added so many things that I think kind of just jumps up that visual entertainment compared to what you might have if you've seen any other D&D podcasts in the past. Because and I think it worked well. Which was
and like the fact that you got Tailspire on board, and then not even just on board to be like, yeah, sure, here's some codes to our game that's not out yet, but then they're like, oh yeah, we can import some models and like get some Grim in there for you. That'd be cool. It's like, what? Like
the company Tailspire, the company Bouncy Rock that makes they're the developers for Tailspire, has gone above and beyond, and just like they had no reason to help us like at all, but they've gone way out of their way to be awesome partners and just really help make this thing super dope.
Yeah, we're now recognized by Wizards of the Coast, right?
Yeah, it was just another wild turn because like I've always loved like Wizards of the Coast because like I've played my fair share of D&D. I love Magic the Gathering. Like Wizards of the Coast has always been a company that I've looked at as being like just awesome as hell, and like getting to be like a little part of that mythos now is super cool.
Fuck you, Chad.
I beat you to it.
I was like, I'll wait for Sam to finish, so then I'll chime in and just very clearly say that Phoenix would totally win.
It would, I mean, it would come down to the rolls.
It would be, okay. Phoenix would definitely win then.
I don't know. It depends. In like mostly
I
in
don't know.
combat, and when I'm trying to do something really cool, it usually works. If I'm trying to do something that's like very in character for story or steal shit, like, I just can't.
It's so funny. It's so funny. I feel so bad for you because that's like your primary objective is steal shit, and you always roll like
always
sub
fail.
5, and it's always so sad but so hilarious.
It's like and my character is built around this, and the amount. It's just, it drives me insane.
You're gonna steal. You're gonna like the final whatever the final boss of this campaign is. You're gonna like roll a nat 100 and steal their heart, like remove it from their chest.
Oh,
no, I'm like legit.
The karma's building up.
I like am now very nervous about it because at first it was like, it'll be funny. Like, oh, we'll go to the dust shop, and I was like, why should I pay for dust? I've got like great, like I'll just steal it, and it's just like critical fail, and it's like now everyone sees you, and I'm like shit, and then I have to like talk all of our way out of this. Or whatever, and it's like, oh my god, it never. It's you should watch the show. It's a lot of fun, and Chris's character very strong. He's
strong boy.
Old strong boy.
The gaming news guy in chat did say that Fortune's Fang could snap Phoenix's claws. That's true, but if I think if my character went beast mode, it would be probably troublesome for Asher. But I do think Asher's maneuverability.
Yeah,
blinding and maneuverability would be
the community death battle and force everybody to
I was gonna say,
right?
What if we did a death battle royale?
Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that another time. We'll have Chris back on. This way, it's this. Now they have a chance if they haven't seen the show. You go head over to roosterteeth.com and just search Grim Campaign. That's 2 M's, GRIMM. Go watch
5 M's actually.
We are. We're
one of them is capitalized.
Time, but we should run. Let's just leave everybody with running the trailer one more time. So.
Let's do it. Who's up next? I'm blanking.
I am blanking too. I cannot remember.
Achievement Hunter gameplay.
Achievement Hunter. Yeah, go watch them, and let's give you the trailer one more time. And bye.
Thanks
for watching.
Love you all.
Bye.
Death battle! Which of these two warriors will win? Goku, Luke Skywalker, Iron Man, Lex Luthor, Boba, the Joker, Sweet Ted, Death battle. I banned Yoda from Death Battle. Whoa.
Difficult to find you are. A king you must be.
And to challenge me, you must be a master.